with the latest gaming updates, anime news, and TV series. I'm Mumbai San. I'm here with Genesis.
What up?
On today's episode, we're talking about the Marvels.
The Marvels.
So before we get started, you got any news?
No. Just want to say happy Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 day to everybody out there getting kills and raising and lowering their KDR and whatever it's called now. I'm ready to shoot some heads. And our giveaway.
Yes.
So I think we're still on track with the giveaway. I might actually have to put it out on Saturday due to some legal reasons. Okay. I can get into that more on that particular video. But anyway, no, that's it. I'm ready to get into the Marvels.
All right, let's do it.
All right. So first thing I want to say is if y'all are one of those people, anybody watching this right now, one of those people who did not like Captain Marvel simply because it was a woman in the lead role.
Yep.
And then her best friend was black, with some black kids running around.
I know what you're going to say.
And you dislike this movie before you even watch it because that same woman is in the lead role. And then she also has a brown person next to her and a black person next to her. And they're all women as well. And you don't like it just because of that. You can go ahead and just stop watching right now. We want to play this on this channel.
Ish.
Yeah, I'm trying to keep it clean. I'm trying not to get upset and mad. I just see too much of the nonsense.
Yeah.
So if that's what you into, you can go ahead and you can get off our channel right now. So anyway. And
that is legitimate nonsense. I mean, Samuel L. Jackson even addressed that.
Yeah, it absolutely makes no sense. So I think at some point we're probably going to have a conversation topic on that and just discuss it in more depth and more detail. So I just want to get that out of the way. So First things first, overall, forgot to tell people, this is the spoiler-free version.
Yeah.
So we're not going to give you any spoilers. So did you like the movie?
Not really.
Dang. Woo.
I didn't hate it, but I didn't really like it that much.
Oh, okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and say that I did like it. How about this? What was your top 3 things about the movie? What did you like about the movie?
Okay, I think I love Kamala Khan and her family and their humor. Okay. Like they crack me up. That was probably the best thing in the movie.
Okay. What's number 2?
Number 2 would be the post-credit scene.
Mid-credit scene?
Or mid-credit scene.
Yeah. Okay. And number 3?
Oh, Samuel L. Jackson. Just
Jackson.
Just him, Nick, like that character, Nick Fury. There's just I just get excited when I see him.
All right, so let me go ahead and do my top 3 things. Okay. No particular order. Same thing. Kamala Khan and her family.
Yep.
Funny, dope. I don't know if it was the best part of the movie. Because the second part and my second and third things are probably better.
Okay.
Same thing. Mid-credit scene. Yep. So anybody out there who is going to watch this, they kind of did this in a weird way. They did something that should be a post-credit scene, but they did it like attached to the movie.
Right.
Okay. And then there's a mid-credit scene, and we didn't stay for it, but I'm pretty sure there's nothing at the end of that. So once you get the mid-credit, once you see that, there's nothing else. And the third thing that I like is all the fight scenes. All the fight scenes were 100% on point, choreographed, smart, something that like you've never seen before.
Yep, agreed. Those were awesome.
Yeah. So, but the fights, to me, the fight scenes along with that mid-credit scene is worth the price of admission. Easily.
Yep.
Easy. So since you didn't like the movie, what are 3 things you didn't like about the movie?
So I felt like a lot of the interaction was just really cheesy.
Okay.
And I didn't like, there was a lot of Brie Larson's acting that I didn't like. And I love Brie Larson, but I don't know what it was. There was stuff in there that I was just like, okay. And then the last part, it felt, I'm going to say cheesy again, but it's not like the interaction. It was kind of like a lot of the scenes as part of the execution of the plot were kind of cheesy to me.
All right. So bottom 3 or top 3 things that I didn't like. I'm gonna go ahead and say, because I can't spoil it, but there's one particular scene in there that was real cheesy and
Yes.
real corny, and I think it ties more into Disney and their 100 years and kind of the stuff that they've been pushing. I think that this was a direct result of that. So anybody in the past who said anything along the lines of, "Oh, this is Disney-fying our Marvel stuff," well, it finally happened.
Yep.
Right, it happened in full effect. So anything else that y'all were talking about before is like I probably going to disagree with you, but on this one it's like, yeah, they did that. The next thing, there's another scene that was just flat out stupid, and I'm not saying Guardians is stupid in a bad way. Guardians is stupid and it works, right? What happened in this particular moment, and I say scene, but no, it's a whole big part of the movie. When I say scene, what happened in this part of the movie is like something straight out of Guardians, but just doesn't necessarily fit here, and it was really stupid.
100%.
And the last thing I had is everything was kind of fast and kind of rushed. This was an hour and 45-minute movie. They had a lot of emotional family scenes in the movie, and they didn't really give that stuff time to develop. It was kind of like, oh, I'm mad, or oh, I'm sad, like super sad.
Right.
And then within the next few seconds,
Everything's fine.
Everything's fine. Right. And then a close second honorable mention for something that I didn't like is I agree with the Brie Larson thing. I hope that this did not happen because of all the random backlash for no reason, right? That happened from the first movie. But her character in this movie is drastically different from the first movie.
Yep.
Or the first movies that we've seen her in.
Very.
And not in a good way, in my opinion.
Nope.
It was watchable.
Yeah.
But I definitely liked her better in the other movies.
Yep.
So if they made this change because of the backlash, like, I get it because it was so strong, but I don't agree with it. And they probably shouldn't have made that change, especially if they made it for that reason. So her just to, because I'm not going to spoil a whole lot or anything here, but that her change is not necessarily as drastic as Thor. To how he started to what he is now in Love and Thunder and Ragnarok and all that. It's not that drastic of a change, but it's very noticeable, and it happened, generally speaking, very quick.
Yeah.
Right. Thor's change was kind of gradually getting goofier and goofier, maybe hit in the head one too many times, and then now he's just goofy and drunk at one point and blah blah blah. So
and I felt like in the beginning, she started off, I was like, okay, all right. And then all of a sudden it was like, what is this?
Yeah.
Like, this is
not... And we've seen Marvel do this, like at the end of She-Hulk. So,
spoiler alert.
They specifically changed the last episode and made it into what everybody keeps saying they want from Marvel. And that's probably one of the worst episodes I've seen on Disney+. They didn't do the big CGI ending, and they kind of make fun of it, and they kind of did this weird kind of thing. And it's just like, no, that was trash. So we've seen Marvel, MCU, Disney, we've seen them do this kind of thing, change something very, very deliberately based off of backlash off the internet.
Yeah.
So any other thoughts, generally speaking?
I mean, I will say I didn't mention it, but I think at this point it's a given. But I think probably there was some good music in there.
Yeah, the music was dope.
Yeah.
I feel like there were some times where it was lacking music though.
Yeah.
Like anytime there was music, it was dope and it fit perfect. It was great.
Yeah.
Then there was times where it was just like I haven't heard a dope song in a while.
Right. Yeah.
Which is strange to say for an hour and 45-minute movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought the plot in general, like the idea, whoever like wrote this story, it was fine. There was I didn't find anything wrong with that. And the just the, I don't know if you call it the CGI, like all that was great, but usually it's kind of expected at this point. So
yeah,
I mean, I'm mentioning it to give it credit, but it's usually there with these movies.
Yeah. So, but again, the fight scenes for me, the fight scenes for me. I've heard people talking about the Guardians 3 fight scene and like,
oh yeah.
So it's not, don't get me wrong, they are not on the level of anything that happened in Endgame, right at the end. I'm not talking about that.
Yeah.
But it's just the fight scenes were just so different, so smart, so planned out just to the T. It was just like this is dope. Like everything about every single fight scene was smart and dope and just on point.
Yep.
And it's just like, again, the fight scenes alone and the mid-credit scene, for me, worth the price of admission. I don't usually watch movies 2 and 3 times, right? But I can see the fight scenes being enough for people to go back and watch this again.
Okay.
I'm just saying. Anything else? That 10 minutes goes by
Yeah,
fast.
I know. It sneaks up on you.
Woo. Yeah, I guess we can go ahead and wrap here.
Okay. Well, that's it for today, guys. Thanks for listening to ANX Quickcast. If you enjoyed the show, please make sure you like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you'll be the first to know when we release new episodes. See you next week.
Y'all click the videos. I know y'all see them.